Good day, everyone. In front of you today is Mariah Galion, your personal fitness instructor just for today. But before we start with our session, let me first introduce to you the physical fitness test. Ano nga ba ang physical fitness test? Physical fitness tests are a series of tests that measures and track individuals' level of physical fitness. The test measures the 5 physical attributes that together make up total fitness. These 5 physical attributes are flexibility, body composition, muscular strength, and muscular endurance. I'm sure a lot of you are questioning why someone would undergo a physical fitness test. What will we get from doing this test? To answer those questions, the PFT or the physical fitness test gives benefits. The first benefit is we will be able to identify our weakness and strengths. Knowing our strengths empower us to set higher goals and accomplish much more. Knowing your weaknesses helps us to identify potential barriers to advancement, which allows us to discover solutions to avoid lagging behind because of them. The second benefit is we will be able to identify our talents and potential. For example, if we can perform well on the test and discover that we have a good speed, balance, and flexibility, we can conclude that we will perform well when playing the hurdles. We now understand the purpose and benefit of a physical fitness test. But first, we must do the general warm-up before we proceed with the PFTs. Warming up helps us prepare our bodies. Additionally, warming up lowers the probability of injury and soothes sore muscle. The first warm-up exercise we need to do is 5 to 10 minutes of light aerobic activity such as jogging or stationary cycling. Next, we need to include stretching for both our upper and lower bodies. Lunges, quad stretch, calf stretch, side bend, and arm stretch. Let's proceed to the first test, the general endurance test. The 3-minute step test is designed to measure your aerobic fitness. It assesses your fitness level based on how quickly your heart rate recovers after exercise. The more aerobically fit you are, the quicker your heart rate will return to normal after exercise. The equipment required here is a stopwatch and a bench or stair with 35 to 45 centimeters. The performer stands in front of the bench and at a given signal will start stepping up and down on the bench. At the end of 3 minutes, pause for 5 seconds as a rest period. Count the pulse for 15 seconds. For the scoring, the score is the pulse rate counted after the 3-minute step test. Curl up test. The curl up test measures abdominal strength and endurance, which are important for core stability and back support. Curl up test equipment required: flat and clean cushion, stopwatch, recording sheets, pen. Test subject lies on a cushion, flat, clean surface with knees flexed, usually at 90 degrees. A partner may assist in anchoring the feet to the ground. The hand may be placed by the side of the head or the arms crossed over the chest or reaching out in front. The subject raises the trunk in a smooth motion, keeping the arms in position, curling up to touch their hands or chest to the knees. The tongue is lowered back to the floor so that the shoulder blades or the upper back touches the floor. The maximum number of sit-ups performed set at the desired tempo or a audio tape or CD with a recording of the pace. Thank you everyone. For the other remaining tests, Marie-Nicole will demonstrate them for us. Marie?
Thank you for that, Mariah. Hello everyone, I'm Marie-Nicole M. Tejo and para sa part na ito ng aming report ay ako naman ang makakasama nyo. Ito-discuss natin dito ang 35-meter sprint, sit and reach, flexibility test, and anthropometry test. 35-meter sprint. The purpose of this test is to determine the acceleration, maximum running speed, and speed endurance. Equipment required: measuring tape or mark track, stopwatch or timing gates, and cone markers. Procedures. Number 1. Have a warm-up exercise before taking the test. Number 2. Draw the starting line and measure 25 meters, then draw the finish line. Number 3. The starting position should be standardized, starting from a stationary position with a foot behind the starting line, with no rocking movements. Number 4. On a given signal, run towards the finish line. Scoring. Record the time in seconds as soon as the subject reached the finish line. The sit and reach test is a common measure of flexibility and specifically measures the flexibility of the lower back and hamstring muscles. This test is important because tightness in this area is implicated in the lumbar lordosis, forward pelvic tilt, and lower back pain. This test was first described by Wells and Dillon and is now widely used as a general test of flexibility. Sit and reach box, or alternatively, a ruler can be used and a step or box. Procedures. Number 1. The test subject sits on the floor with legs stretched out straight ahead. Shoes should be removed. The soles of the feet are placed flat against the box. Knees are locked and pressed flat to the floor. The test may assist them by holding them down. Number 2. With palms facing downward and hands on top of each other or side by side, the subject forwards towards the measuring line as far as possible. Ensure that the hands remain at the same level, not one reaching further forward than the other. After some practice reaches, the subject reaches out and holds that position for at least 1 to 2 seconds while the distance is recorded. Make sure that there are no jerky movements. Scoring. The score is recorded to the nearest centimeter distance reached by the hand. Use the level of the feet as the 0 mark. Anthropometry test. Calculate your own BMI. Equipment required. Weighing scale in stadiometer as for the weight and height. BMI means body mass index. So the procedure naman para dito is number 1, determine your weight in kilograms. Number 2, determine your height in meters. And number 3, use the formula below to determine your BMI. Yung picture dyan na sa may side ay sample and pwede natin gawing guide kung gusto natin i-compute yung body mass index natin. At dito na nagtatapos ang aking part. Ngayon, sasamahan niyo naman si Fatima at i-discuss niya sa inyo ang iba pang mga test. Fatima?
Thank you, Ms. Trijo. Next, we have the shuttle run, which is a test of agility, although this type of drill also tests and builds speed and endurance. As for the equipment, you need a stopwatch, two wooden blocks that measure 5 by 5 by 5 centimeters, and an accurately measured area with two parallel lines 10 meters apart. So this test can be done with few adjustments depending on one's liking, but generally this test requires the person to run back and forth between two parallel lines as fast as possible. So to start, set up two lines of cones 30 feet apart or use line markings and place two blocks of wood or a similar object behind one of those lines. Starting at the line opposite the blocks, on the signal "Ready, go," the participant runs to the other line, picks up one of the block or objects and returns to place it behind the starting line, then returns to pick up the second block or object, then runs with it back across the line. So this test is scored in seconds according to the time it took for the person to complete it. The score is usually the best time of 2 trials. Next, we have the start balance stand test, which tests the ability to balance on the ball of the foot. So for this test, you would need to be on a flat, non-slip surface. You'd also need a stopwatch and paper and a pencil. To start, remove the shoes and place the hands on the hips. Then, position the non-supporting foot against the inside knee of the supporting leg. The person is given 1 minute to practice the balance. Next, the subject raises the heel to balance on the ball of the foot. The stopwatch is then started as the heel is raised from the floor. The stopwatch is stopped if the hands come off the hips, or the supporting foot swivels or moves in any direction, or the non-supporting foot loses contact with the knee, or the heel of the supporting foot touches the floor. As for the scoring, the total time in seconds is recorded, and the score is the best of 3 attempts. Next, we have the alternate hand wall toss test, which measures one's hand-eye coordination. So for this, you would need a tennis ball or a baseball, a smooth solid wall, a marking tape, and a stopwatch, but that's optional. A mark is placed a certain distance from the wall, usually it's 2 meters 3 feet. Then the person stands behind the line facing the wall and the ball is thrown from one hand in an underarm action against the wall and shall be caught with the opposite hand. The ball is then thrown back against the wall and caught with the initial hand, and the test can continue for a nominated number of attempts or for a set time period, usually 30 seconds. For the scoring, the table to be shown lists general ratings for the alternate hand wall toss test based on the score of the number of successful catches in a 30-second period. As per this table, a score of more than 35 is excellent, 30 to 35 is considered good, 20 to 29 is average, 15 to 19 is fair, and anything below 15 is considered poor. So that is all for my part in the discussion. Thank you everyone and have a good day.
Good day everyone, this is Cyril Ann Manuel from ABCom 1A and this is my report. The following video is an example of reaction time test.
To test reaction time, we need to do stick drop test. To do this, we need a 12-inch ruler, an armchair, or chair and table. To do stick drop test, first, sit on an armchair or chair next to the table so that the elbow and the lower arm rest on the desk comfortably. Place the heel of the hand on the desk so that only the fingers and thumb extend beyond. Fingers and thumb should at least 1 inch apart. Catch the ruler with the thumb and index finger without lifting the elbow from the desk as the partner drops the stick. Hold the stick while the partner read the measurement. Do this thrice. For the partner or facilitator, hold the ruler at the top, allowing it to dangle between the thumb and fingers of the performer. Hold the ruler so that the 12-inch mark is even between the thumb and the index finger. No part of the hand of the performer should touch the ruler. Drop the ruler without warning and let the tester catch it with his or her thumb and index finger. Record the score on the upper part of the thumb. This is the scoring for stick drop test. Record the middle of the three scores. For example, if the scores are 21, 18, and 19, the middle score is 19. In case where the two scores are the same, for example 18, 18, 25, the repeated score shall be recorded.
Exercise for fitness. Exercise is a subset of physical activity that is planned, structured, and repetitive and has a final or an intermediate objective, the improvement or maintenance of physical fitness. While many children engage in physical activity, usually by playing with their friends, the amount of physical activity they get as they grow into adolescence usually declines. This statement means that most of us were physically active when we were younger compared now. It usually has some reasons. Maybe we're busy on work or studies, or some of us just don't want to exercise and they don't think that it's worth of their time and effort. Benefits of exercise and physical activity. The physical benefits. Number 1. Lower the risk of heart disease and heart attack. Exercise can reverse damage to sedentary, aging hearts and help prevent risk of future heart failure. If it's enough exercise and if it's begun in time, it also improves the muscle's ability to pull oxygen out of the blood, reducing the need for the heart to pump more blood to the muscles. It reduces stress hormones that can put an extra burden on the heart. Number 2. Significantly decreases the risk of high blood pressure, though high blood pressure is regulated by nutrient and food intake. Regular physical activity makes your heart stronger. A stronger heart can pump more blood with less effort. As a result, the force on your arteries decreases, lowering your blood pressure. Number 3. Lower levels of bad cholesterol and reduces the risk of clogged arteries. Regular exercise helps arteries by boosting the endothelial cells' nitric oxide production. Staying active helps the flow of blood to the brain, builds up muscle strength, and reduces the risk of stroke. Number 4. Decreases the risk of certain types of cancers, such as colon cancer. Exercise increases antioxidant levels and DNA repair. It can also affect growth factor production and insulin metabolism in ways that reduce inflammation and increase immune function. It's also possible that being very active helps prevent bowel cancer directly by reducing levels of inflammation in the bowel. Will reduce the risk of joint pains and arthritis. Regular physical activity can keep the muscles around affected joints strong, decrease bone loss, and may help control joint swelling and pain. Regular activity replenishes lubrication to the cartilage of the joint and reduces stiffness and pain. Number 6. Builds and maintains healthy muscles, bones, and joints. Reduces the calcification of the bones. Regular weight-bearing exercise helps to keep bones solid and strong. Walking briskly 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week is an adequate exercise to help preventing the calcification. Number 7. Improves metabolism and strengthens the immune system. Exercise can boost your metabolism. Building lean muscle mass by exercising can slightly increase your resting metabolic rate. It is true that you burn more calories when you exercise, especially when you get your heart rate up with activities like biking or swimming. Number 8. Reduces the risk of premature death. It has been suggested that exercise may actually reduce the risk of preterm birth by reducing oxidative stress or improving placental vascularization. Number 9. Reduces or maintains healthy body weight. Regular physical activity is one of the most important things you can do for your health. Being physically active can improve your brain health, help manage weight, reduce the risk of disease, strengthen the bones and muscles, and improve your ability to do everyday activities. Again, this is Cyril and Manuel, and this is the end of my report. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ma.Sophia, and my topic covers stance, spotting, Turk stand, and tumbling rolls. First, let us define what is stance. Stunts are play activities that put one's flexibility, agility, balance, coordination, strength, and endurance in test. Stunts can also be exercises for conditioning, as well as an introduction to various gymnastics and tumbling techniques. Stunts develops number 1. Poise in vigorous large muscle activity. Number 2. Body skill in varied activities. Next one. Coordination, strength, flexibility, agility, balance, and rhythmic skills. Number 4. Respect for the strength and weaknesses of others. Number 5. Awareness of the need for cooperation. Number 6. Safety consciousness. Number 7. Resourcefulness, originality, courage, and self-confidence. And lastly, physical, mental, and social resources of the child. There are different types of stunts. First one, individual stunts. These are performed by only one person. Dual stunts, performed with a partner. Next is the group stunts. These are performed by 3 or more persons. Last one is the combative stunts. These are stunts performed by fighting each other, showing strength, endurance, flexibility, and agility. Next is spotting. Spotting is an important safety and teaching skills that deserves attention. It involves sporting, catching, or adjusting of the performers to aid in the completion of the stunts or to prevent possible injury from landing incorrectly. Spotting can aid in the performer in getting the feeling of a stunt or sequence of the stunts. It is accomplished by hand spotting or with special equipment such as spotting belts. The most important purpose of spotting for safety and to prevent injury, especially of the head, neck, and the spine. There are also things to remember in spotting. First one, you should know what the performer is about to perform. Second one, know what and when a possible mishap might occur. Third one, know what must be done to spot and when the spot is needed. And lastly, you must be strong enough to assist when needed.
Ankle hold walk. Hold the ankles with hands, legs relatively straight, and walk forward. Coffee grinder. Form a side arm support. Walk on feet to go around a circle. Do this right and left.
7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's switch. Right leg, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Half tap spin. First, place the feet in stride position. Next is spring from the floor and swing arms and tank in upward direction. Turn to be executed. And the last one is land on the starting line facing the opposite direction. Feet in the same approximate stride position.
Jump and slap heels. Since this is a plyometric exercise, they can provide powerful results. They can challenge your muscles, ways other exercise can't, help you burn calories quickly, and increase your strength and endurance. Knowing how to perform knee tucks safely is important though in order to prevent injury or strain.
Start with a standing position, hands at the side, jump in the air lift, and bring heels up to the side. Slap heels with hands. Variation. Make the stand continuously by jumping twice between each slap and repeat stand in quick succession.
Full top spin. From the back side of the table, stand with the feet and shoulders 45 degrees to the left. This helps the body block some of the stroke from your opponent's view. Bend the wrist back. Bring the paddle, which is open, back and upward while the ball is tossed from an open palm in front of the paddle. Lastly, crab walk. What is crab walk? The basic idea of crab walk is to balance your weight on your hands and legs while the front of your body faces up towards the ceiling. The effort needed to hold your body weight requires not only strength but also results in a cardio workout which burn calories and improve fitness.
From a bridge stand position, walk on the hands and feet alternately towards the head. You may change direction.
Good day everyone, I am Crest Aryan Gragasin, and for today, I'm going to share how to perform 3 dual stunts, namely ring the dishcloth, Chinese get up, and churn the butter, and their safety measures. But before anything else, let us first know what stunts mean. Stunts are activities in the form of play that test oneself on flexibility, agility, balance, coordination, strength, and endurance. Next, dual stunts. Based from its name, we can say that these are stunts that are performed by 2 people. These are the things that we should follow in performing ring the dishcloth. Number 1, partners face each other and join hands. Then, raise one join hands while the other is lowered. Then, turn under raised hands and end in a back-to-back position. Then, continue the turn to face each other again. Do this fast and several times. These are the safety measures that we must consider in performing the stunt ring the dishcloth. The first one is the partner should be of the same height because it will make the stunt to be performed more easily. Next, keep hold of hands throughout the turn. When performing for the first time, partners should turn slowly. When turning under raised arms, do not bend forward towards partner because there is a danger hitting your head. Lastly, when in the back-to-back position, remember to shift the arm position as described in the direction. This video clip will show how to perform ring the dishcloth properly. Next dual stunt is the Chinese get up. and this is how we perform this dual stand exercise.
The first step is, in a long sitting position, partners stay back-to-back position with elbows locked. Next is, bend right knee, count 1, bend left knee, count 2, and push against each other's back to stand, count 3. Go down to original position, count 4.
Now, let us know about the safety measures of the dual stand Chinese get up.
The first one is, partners should be of the same height. Next, be sure to brace the back firmly against the partner's back. Then, before attempting to rise, bring the feet under the body. And lastly, keep the elbows firmly locked during the stand.
We have a video clip here that can show how to perform Chinese get up. Lastly, we have churn the butter. And these are the guidelines on how are we going to perform this dual stand.
The first one is, the two people that are going to perform this stand will be called as the base and top, and they must stand back to back and reach back and lock elbows. And then the base will bend forward from the hips, and as the base bends forward, the top will give a slight spring from the mat, lean back on base, lift the legs up at the right angles to the body. And then the base will straighten up, and the top will drop feet to the mat to return to the standing position. And the top becomes base and action continues. Repeat several times, alternating as base and top.
Here are the safety measures that we must follow in performing churn the butter.
The first one is, partners should be of the same height and weight. And then, an assistant should stand at the edge of the mat to catch the top should she or he springs too far over the base's back. Top spring from the mat enough to decrease the strain on the base's back. Too much spring, however, will throw the top over the base's body. And lastly, top lift legs immediately to help swing own weight upward and decrease the amount of lifting by the base.
Here is a video showing how to perform churn the butter.
What is jump over? One partner stands with hands on knees, trunk bent forward. Number 2, the other partner jumps over the back of number 1. Safety measure is number 1 should keep his back firmly while number 2 jump over. Seesaw. Ano ba natin gawin ang seesaw? Number 1, form a hook sitting position. Partner place, feel together, hold each other hands. Number 2, one partner goes to lion position and other partner stands to bend forward. And number 3, repeat the other partner standing. Safety measures. Partners should be about the same size. Hold partner firmly. Walking chair. Instruction. A form line, one behind each other. Hold the waist of the person in front of you. Number 2, on signal, ready all the participant, go to half knee, bend. Number 3, on the command, go walk on right, left, right, etc. Note, the body should be erect and the heads forwardly aligned. Safety measures. Do not bend forward from the hips. that distract the chain sitting effect and limits compact grouping. Number 2, all stars with the left foot. The first person in the line set the piece. Set the pace.
Good morning guys, I am Lawrence Simmermla, your reporters for today's video. So our report is about physical fitness. So guys, in this video I'm gonna teach you how to do a physical fitness. So the number one is the merry-go-round. So in merry-go-round guys, you need to form a circle. So in that game guys, magpapaikutan mo kayo. Charot. So in this game guys, tao lahat yung kasali. Yung nakaganyan kayo. So dahil mag-isa ako, hindi ko magagawa. Nag-isa, dapat nakaganyan kayo, tapos yung iikot yung ganyan. So wala tayong mahanap na video sa YouTube guys. So I'm gonna give you an idea kung paano siya gawin. So let's watch this.
Okay, now I want you to hold on to the parachute with your right hand. We're going to do something called a merry-go-round. Right hand. So you're facing this way. We're going to start by walking around. Make sure you're holding on with your right hand. It's like a merry-go-round. And stop. Hold on with your left hand. Go that way. Walking, right? Not running.
And the next, number 2 is the skinny snake. Hindi ahas na katulad ng best friend mo. Eme lang Mars. So gonna watch this another video.
I feel the shadows hanging over. But wait, now come closer. To come and take me away. And I can feel my heart skip every time that I slip. I wanna run away.
So in my last video guys, this is the rooster fight. So in this last video guys, I'm gonna teach you how to do a rooster fight. So okay muna, dahil tuturuan ko naman kayo. Okay? Let's go! So guys, this is the rooster fight. So the first one you need to do is to hold your left hand to your left foot. Okay, like this. Then after that, your right hand will rest in your left shoulder. Ganyan. Okay? Then in this game guys, you need to push your kalaban sa circle. So wala tayong circle guys, kaya huwag kayong ano dyan. So in this game, para manalo ka, kailangan mo i-push yung kalaban mo sa circle. Mapali siya sa circle. So, yan. Ganyang position. Ay, ganyang style. So, yun lang. Diba ang saya? Thank you.
Indian wrestle. I know what you think. It's not a wrestling with Indian people. It is a leg wrestling done by two individuals, which is basically magkalaban. The performers lie their backs on the floor, side by side, na magkatabi. Sana all may katabi. They raise their inside foot upward and try to wrestle each other's foot downward. And since I can demonstrate it to you guys, because it needs 2 person, and obviously I'm all alone. So I took a video from YouTube to show you how it really works. So here it is. Please enjoy. The safety measures are, first, your opponent must have the same size of your legs. Diba? Para fair. The second one is the performers must try to pull their opponent's legs to their side instead of pushing it. And that's it for the Indian wrestle. Bye! Hello, I'm back. Wala kang magagawa. So, on this video, I will introduce to you the tug of war. So, the tug of war is a physical activity that is also known as hilaang lubid. The line opponents stand facing each other and a line is drawn between them. After that, they will take a grasp on the rope given to them. On the given signal, they will try to pull the rope as strong as they could. Ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. Mag-aaladar na ka na naman, Mars! The winning side is the one who would able to pull their opponent on the drawn line. Winner! And since I can't demonstrate it to you again, because okay. Anyway, here's the video showing how the tug of war really works. Hope you enjoy it. Are the safety measures. First, you should have a good grasp on the rope. Kasi kung hindi, matatalo kayo. Never put your rope down, for this will result to your opponents tumbling backward. Huwag mong gagawin yun, be. Delikado yun. Kawawa kalaban mo. So, that's it for the tug of war. I hope you enjoy and learn from it. Bye-bye!
Tumbling. Tumbling, sometimes referred to as power tumbling, is a gymnastics discipline in which participants perform a series of acrobatic skills down a 25 meters long sprung track. Tumbling is also known as the execution of acrobatic movements such as rolls, twists, and handsprings on floor mats or on the ground. Some examples are the forward roll and the backward roll. For the video demonstration, please watch this.
For the backward roll, you're going to start lifting up with your arms by your ears. As you begin to sit, resist through your legs until your tailbone region touches the floor. Your arms will come down to your ears as if you're going to perform a bridge, staying in a nice tight tuck, driving your shins and your toes over, pushing through your arms, maintaining that tuck position as you land on your feet.
back again and again. In this video, I'll introduce to you the cartwheel. Cartwheel is a sideways rotary movement of the body. And since I don't have the ability to perform a cartwheel, I took a video from YouTube that demonstrates how to perform a cartwheel. So here it is, please enjoy.
Your arms straight above your head. Then, lunge forward with your dominant foot and bend at the waist until your palms are flat on the ground. At the same time, kick your back leg into the air and use that momentum to swing your front leg into the air too. Finish your cartwheel by bringing your non-dominant leg down, then putting your dominant leg down, and finishing in a standing position with your hands above your head. A cartwheel is done in one smooth motion, so try not to think too much about each individual movement. Instead, focus on flowing smoothly from one step to the next.
And that's it for the cartwheel. I hope you learned something from me. Bye!